Hey creators, Doro here, and we have a thunderstorm heading our way, so let's try and get this in before she hits. I usually have to unplug everything. I'm on top of a mountain more or less, and I'm a prime target up here. Gotta be mindful of my electronics. So I got two great coaching questions today, but I want to start with a video I just watched, which I'm going to post below. Um, you know, and all I have is what comes through YouTube and, any videos and news and headline. I mean, it all comes through a flat screen. I'm not out there in the middle experiencing these things. I, sometimes I see empty shelves at the store and stuff, but for the most part, I get all of my information from a flat screen or the radio in my car. But so one little bit of news that I got, which was not from any kind of mainstream media, and it looks authentic, so I'll share the link below, who knows. But it shows, and I've actually heard or seen a number of videos by different people actually being posted, and actually the Amish. This is actually about an Amish organic farm that is being basically shut down and the owner arrested, or I don't know. I didn't get into the whole details, but I do know by what this person was reporting, he was saying that this Amish farmer's right to run a farm the way he has always for generations run a farm through his family is now being shut down because of new FDA regulations. So the Amish, it sounds like they're being tested. They're being shut down. Forget being tested, it sounds like, if you want to believe it, and make it part of our story here, which I don't really want this to be happening. So I want to change our story. What are we doing? So anyway, I'm going to share that link below. Who knows? It would be good if we could figure out how to get some real news around. Let's see. What gives life meaning? And this really plugs into my next link that I want to share. Again, it's kind of a book review, which I can't really review it because I haven't read it yet because it's not out yet. But there's a little video clip of Charles Eisenstein kind of giving an overview. And it sounds amazing, and I really am looking forward to reading that. Basically, it's about defining our story. Right now, we are dwelling in a story of separation, as he calls it. And whose story is that? Whose story are we in? It's not my story. Whose story is this anyway? Who's telling this story? Why are we listening? Why, this isn't the story I want. What's our story? What's the meaning? And it's a great question. What is the meaning of society? I love that question. I mean, it goes deep, really. Is it one thing? Is it, I like to think of it as a symphony. Lots of different parts and rhythms and, everybody doing their own thing, but there's kind of, it's synchronized. It works. It's like a whole body. And of course, we are a part of this earthly body. I mean, this earth, planet Earth, Mother Gaia, has um, parts to play. I don't know what she's doing. I think, it's fun. I think that we, as human beings, because of our vertical alignment or whatever, you can say aliens, you can, evolution, and whatever it is, here we are, we're upright. And a lot of people say we have this antenna ability to reach higher wisdom. So I'll go with that. I like that. So what are we doing? I think she's waking up. It's as though we are the brain neurons, the thinking neurons of Mother Gaia. And she's waking up. Who's telling this story? What what do we want? Who am I? Where am I? And we're kind of just in the middle of this. It's almost like we got bugs or something. Something else is happening. Somebody's telling a story that we're kind of getting pulled into. Okay. Now what? What can we do? Do you want to wake up? Do you want to, I don't think fighting, you can't, it's like a Chinese handcuff, those little finger cuffs. The harder you pull against it, the stronger it becomes. You can't feed this. You can't, we just have to tell our new story. So let's build our story. I, I would like to know the different parts. It's a good question. What comes first, the symphony or the musical instruments? Can you, you have to at least imagine musical instruments. When I think of symphony, big strong drums, but those drums have to exist, at least in my imagination. So maybe we need to start from scratch. What instrument are we playing? And this might be a very individual question. I don't think, this is not a global question. If we were to go global, I would say, okay, first of all, we have to look at Earth and say, who are we? What do we want to make of this? What do we want to be? How can we be a part of this? It's like a beautiful little pearl. It's a pearl. It's a pearl. Pearl girl. What are we doing with it? We're kind of making a mess. We've been doing it unconsciously. You can't blame somebody for, sliding down a plank when they're sound asleep. We're not to blame, but now what? Where are we going? Let's make our a symphony. What instrument are we? What part are you playing? How many pieces do we need? Where's the percussion section and the wind section? How can we create a global symphony? I love it. Let's do it. Where the heck is our creativity? We gotta wake up. We gotta look at where we are. The first thing we do when we wake up is we get a gauge of where we are. Where are we? We need a comprehensive story. Part of this book review that I want to do with Charles's new book, Coronation. Essays, the name of the book is Coronation, Essays from a COVID Moment. uh, Charles Eisenstein. Um, so so here we are. We're in this story of separation, okay? It's kind of a mess. We're all kind of, what happened? Where's our community? Where's our, and I'm not, I mean, it's become obvious in the last couple of years, but this has been going on. I'm pushing 70, and this has been going on. I have a good span to look at, and it's been progressive. Just when you think, we made it, we can all relax. No, then it starts again. Um, but this is global. I see that's the difference. This is global. Um, we're, historically, well, my lifetime, it's been piece by piece, here and there. And but it's like when there's somebody over there you fight against, and somebody over here you fight against. Um, what if it's the whole thing? What if we succumb to the whole thing, and there's no other? There's no. What is that? Is that game over? Is that the end? Is that? There, I think there are a lot of, infinite parallel realities, possibilities, all the way from the worst to the best. Which one do we want? Which story where is our path? What's out there, all those gazillions, trillions of universes and possibilities, they're there. They're each one there. Which one do we want? We are at a point where we could do anything. That's the most amazing thing. But we've got to wake up to be able to do it. We need a story. I mean, without a story, we can all agree that, yeah, okay, there's gravity, right? That's a story. We got a good story there. That works. We're still, feet on the ground. Okay, oxygen, all of our physical needs, well, so far, is provided by nature, our oxygen and water, food for the most part, historically. So that's been a good story, man's, relationship to the earth. That's been a good story, and each other, communities, marriages, families. Those have been good stories. But maybe there's other stories. What? What are we doing? We're at this point of like, what symphony are we playing? It's kind of reminds me of a band tuning up. Everybody's sort of listening to their own instrument and making sure they're in tune, and then you got people, musicians testing their own instruments and tuning them. And when they're all just kind of making noise, it sounds like chaos, and it's rather unpleasant to the ear. And I feel like that's where we are. We're kind of, feeling things out, getting things ready, tuning things up. But do we know what our story is? What are we playing? What part are we playing? So that's my creation coach question for the day. And questions, what is the purpose of society? What is the meaning of life? and we have to wake up to tell the next story. So stay creative.